Namaste. So today is May 4th. Then tomorrow is actually it's a May 5th. Mexican celebrates too, but Japanese celebrate as well. May 5th is we call it the Child Day. But anyway, so Child Day we have many things to celebrate. I mean, many symbolic things in this May 5th, Child Day. But the one thing I like to mention because it's a bamboo related to the bamboo, bamboo tree. So I think I have been mentioning the bamboo tree is in a Chinese medicine. So this spring season is the wood elements become prominent, strong. So wood is actually means a bamboo. So, this May 5th that we have a song that it's kind of associating the growth. So we eat bamboo shoot on that day. Bamboo shoot is a sprout of bamboo, but that bamboo shoot has kind of a symbolic of the quick growing and also symbol of vitality. So we eat that. Then also bamboo associated, there's an expression called live like bamboo. So which means, bamboo tree, if you see the bamboo tree or a movie, it's Chinese movie, it shows that when we have a strong wind, we just talked about the wind. Wind can be really taking away our energy. But anyway, so when even the blowing the bamboo is very flexible to bend. So it's a strong tree, but it's a bendable. So even strong wind comes, it doesn't break. So that kind of a flexibility, or even we have so many issues and a problem. Somebody, there's some power or influence or bad influence or whatever the influence, but we are not bended. Not broken, but we kind of a maneuver in that problem or suffering or difficulty in challenging in our life. So that is the bamboo symbol, symbolic of bamboo. So in that mind, well, we have a strong wind these days. Then let's be like a bamboo today, be flexible. So it's not only physical flexibility, but the mentally, emotionally be flexible. So we are cultivating to that bamboo-ness into our life. So in that mind, let's close our eyes and settle in. And always we begin where we are, then our body, where our body is, right here, right now. Let's connect to the earth, the ground. So building a steady foundation. Then find the pelvic floor between the sits bone, back of your pubic bone. And gently engage that muscle, squeeze and pull it up. And feel the spine lengthening like a bamboo tree, shooting up to the sky. And reach into the top of your head. When I exhale, slowly soften our pelvic floor, feel the ground, feel the gravity connecting to the earth. And then I inhale, lengthening like a growing bamboo. And then I exhale, relax and sink down. Inhale. And then I exhale through the nose. And few more breaths like this. Maybe use Ujjayi breath. And maybe not. So let's find our comfort or comfortable breath. And ideally through the nose, lips gently closed. And we make our practice safe, so that's a priority. Then experiment and find our comfort and ease. And maybe flexible to kind of adjust the practice, how our body wants to move today. So maybe different from yesterday or months ago, or maybe a year ago. But let's see how your body feels today, this moment. All right, then gradually reaching our hands out and up and stretch up. And then exhale, bring our palms together to heart center. And you might bow your head to set your intention or dedication for today's practice. And slowly, let's open our eyes. Okay, Ohayo Eriko-san. All right, so today I have a block, one block and one belt. Then let's come to a tabletop first. I have so many blocks today. Okay, so tabletop, palms under the shoulder, knees under the hip. Let's wake up our toes, touching our toes under. Tuck our toes under and opening our toes. Then pull our hips back. We're gonna come to like a child pose or puppy pose. So very similar pose, but the child pose, your hips are down onto your heel, and puppy pose, your hips are higher, maybe forehead resting on the ground or chin down or chest down. So whichever you are comfortable, child pose or puppy pose, and connecting with the breath. Then we're gonna gradually opening our fingers wide, plant our palms, then move our chest forward, use your feet, then gradually bring our belly down to the mat. You might bend your elbows to come down. And then inhale, palms down. Let's come to cobra. Squeeze our buttock and point your toes, top of your feet, pressing down, and lift your chest. And then exhale, release down. Continue, inhale. So point your elbows back if you can and lengthen the neck. Exhale down. Inhale, rising. Squeeze our buttock, and then exhale down. So this time, let's not use our hand and lift. And then exhale down. Okay, last one more time. Squeeze our glute. Strong buttock, legs down. And palms down or palms lifted away from the ground. One more time, one more breath, inhale. And then exhale, let it go. Bend your knees. Rest your arms by your side and move your feet side to side. Relax our lower back and buttock. Okay. Then let go your legs down to the mat. So you might bring your forearm down to the mat for next one. Then bend your right knee. Let's move our right knee to the right side. So now opening our hips. So you might support with your left forearm down. Then let's see if you can bring your right knee upward. Upward means slide in the right knee next to your chest, or maybe to the hips, or maybe to the leg. And opening our hips this way. One more breath. Okay. So now we're gonna come onto your left side. So we wanna roll on your left side. Then maybe left hand come to the side of the head to support. Then lengthen the left side of the neck. Then your right palm in front of you. Then we're gonna lift our right knee up. Okay. So now you might keep your knee bent, or you might open our right leg upward. So it's up to you. You might bend your knee straight. You might grab your right foot or right toe. Well, we need to balance here. And be mindful. One more breath. Balance, balance. And then exhale. Slowly bend your right knee. Then right knee come onto the ground, belly down to the mat. Okay, we're gonna do the other side. So right forearm to the ground and move your left knee. So bend your left knee and move your left knee to the side. And let's see how high up you can bring, but your knee is still resting on the ground. So we are opening our hips. One more breath. So now we're gonna roll on our side, the right side. So right hand maybe support your head and lengthen the right side of the neck. Then lift our left knee up. So if you can bring, so try to see if you can bring towards your torso or elbow, not the elbow, the shoulder. And then you might gradually straighten your leg. It's up to you. All right, you might catch that toe and balance. One more breath. Okay. Then slowly release. And bring our knee down. Then belly down. Then bring our palms under the shoulder. Now let's come up to table. Then downward facing dog. Lift your hips up. You might bend your knees right and left. Then gradually walking forward. And stretch the back of the leg. And bend forward. Grab our elbows maybe. So if you have a furniture or a chair, you might rest your hands and bend forward like this too. I really don't know if you can see me. Yeah, so if you have a furniture, you can bend forward like this if you like, or just bend forward. Grab our elbows. And you might swing side to side. And then gradually we're gonna rise up to stand. Take your time. And eventually we are standing. Let's do breath of joy. So feet is apart, hip distance. Then inhale, hands forward. Exhale, hands to the side. Inhale forward. Then exhale, soften your knee and say hi and drop down. Inhale, exhale, inhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. Continue your own pace. If you feel dizzy, don't drop your head down. And if you are okay, let go your head and arms. Last one. One more. Then gradually rising up. Okay, feet is more apart and swing our arms wrap around our body. So we are tapping at your lower back and lower belly. And if you like, you might tap your shoulder or chest, however you like to tap, and your arm is free. Then you might exhale, Kapalabhati to twist. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and gradually back to center. All right. So today we're gonna use the block. Then actually, if you don't have a block, any small step work, but let's see. Yeah, if you don't have a block, I don't want to say the book, but any box and strong box works. But anyway, we want to stand on that, the block. Then, all right, so place the block on the ground. So your foot is like a lengthwise, right? I mean, this way. Yeah. So the foot hopefully can come onto the foot. So don't put it this way, we put this way. Then stand behind of the block. Then your right foot, let's say this is my right leg. So right foot is behind of the block. So you might use the furniture to support if you like, or maybe without furniture. If without furniture, palms together to heart center. Then step on the right foot on the block. So your left foot is coming kind of behind of the block, but to the side. Okay. Then we're gonna gradually shift in the weight on your right foot. So feel that the ground, feel the touch, the block surface and your foot. Then gradually lifting our left heel off the mat. Okay, so your toe is still down on the ground. Then gradually, if this is available to you, you can keep your knees gently bent. Then pick up your left knee upward. Okay, however it goes. Then gradually we're gonna move that knee, left knee out. Then point your left knee down as if we are gathering the knees to knee together. Then slowly toes come to the ground. Then gently bring your heel to the ground. So it's very slow motion. Then step back. Okay. So if you need support, you can hold the wall or furniture and do the same thing. Okay, so now left foot is back of the block. Then plant our left foot down. Okay, so how you plant, we are so mindful or very curious how we are planting a foot. Then hopefully knee is over the foot. Then gradually we shift our weight and lifting our right heel upward, and your toe is still there on the ground. Very slow motion, gradually lift our toe off the ground and pick up your right knee up. Then maybe opening our right knee outward. Then bring our knee together and point your knee down. Then slowly lower your toe down, toe touch to the ground. Then gradually bending your left knee, then your heel or foot arch coming down and a heel down. Okay, step down. Okay, let's do one more time. So it's a very slow motion. So take your time to notice how your hips opens, then your toes. So different parts of the foot is releasing and touching to the ground. Okay, so let's place our right foot down. So when you place your right foot down, your knee naturally bends, right? So still our weight is on this left foot. Then we're gonna gradually shift our weight on your right foot, right? Keep your knees over the foot, not passing the toes though. Then gradually lift our left heel off the ground. So we're gonna use our right leg strength to gradually lifting ourselves up. Then toe is still touching to the ground. And then gradually that toe is away from the ground and pick up your knee upward. Then opening our left knee outward. Then gradually backing to the knee to knee together. Then toes may touch to the ground. Then more amount of the foot is on the ground. Then heel might come down. Then step down. Okay, so now move to the right side a little bit and left foot coming onto the block. So be aware what parts of the foot is connecting to the block, your toes and the ball of the foot, then the heels, outer heel, inner heel, then foot arch is slightly lifted, right? Then we're gonna, so still weight is on your right leg, but gradually shifting to the left foot and ready to lift your right heel off. Then ball of the foot and toes and tiptoes and gradually pick up your right knee upward. Then opening our right knee out. Then your knee pointing down and close to the left knee. Then gradually toe may touch to the ground. Then ball of the foot. So gradual shift. And then heel may come down. And then let's step back. Okay, let's shake our legs. You can do the hands too. Okay. So now let's see how it works on the ground. So without using a block now, we're gonna do the same thing. So this time, I don't know which one is easier or more challenging. Okay, so right foot come onto the ground. So you might keep your palms together to heart center. Then gradually lifting our heel off the ground and ball of the foot and toes. Then pick up your left knee up. Then left knee goes outward, open. Then point your knee down. Then slowly lower your left toe to the ground. Then gradually ball of the foot, then heels. Okay, so your left foot might be a little bit to the back. So we're gonna come back, feet together. Now left foot is on the ground. Then gradually lifting our right heel off the mat. Ball of the foot off. Then toes and tiptoe off. And pick up your knee up. Then open your knees wide. Then point your knee down. Then gradually lower your toe on the ground. Then roll over the foot and a heel. Then feet together. Okay, what do you think? It's a little different. It's very interesting. Well, hope you found it's different. I think my block is quite steady as well. But when we lift in a flat surface, when we lift our leg, we slightly shifting our weight to the right side. I think that's how we have a little bit need adjustment. But when we have block, our line is quite vertical, so it's easy for growing upward, right? Like when we left. So I think that's how we have a little bit easier to balance. But anyway, so now let's try the tree pose on the block. But if you are not sure, please use the wall. So let's start from right foot down. Okay, so maybe left foot is little bit back so that your knee can be over the foot. Okay, then gradually shifting our weight to the right foot. Then gradually straighten your right leg. Then we're gonna pick up our left knee up. Then left knee open to the side and left foot come inside of your thigh or inside of your ankle. Decide how you want to do. And then you might palms together or you might reach our hands out. Tree pose. And this time it's like a bamboo. Even a windy day, we're gonna still stand. Be bendable and flexible. One more breath. And then exhale. Slowly, we're gonna come out. Then your left foot come down. And then right foot come down too. Let's shake. Okay, the other side. Left foot is on the block. So your right foot is a little bit behind, so you can align bending your knees over the ankle. Okay, so palms together to start. So shifting our weight to your left foot and picking up your right heel gradually. Then stand. Then lighten up and open to the side. And maybe come to the inner ankle or inner thigh. And maybe palms together or reach our hands. Be mindful. One more breath. Okay. Then gradually lower your leg. Then step down and release. Okay. So block, we are not going to use the block. And bring our hands behind you, interlace your fingers, feet apart. Inhale, put our hands back and chest open. Then on our exhalation, soften your knees, bend forward, head down and bottom up. Inhale, reach our hands back. Then exhale, let it go, drop. Inhale, roll yourself up to stand. Exhale, shoulder roll back and down. And the hands behind you. Inhale, put our hands back and chest open. Then exhale, bend your knee forward. Then inhale, put our hands back. Then exhale, let it go. Inhale, lower ourselves up to stand. Okay. So let's slowly coming down to the mat. So several ways to come down. So one way is first feet hip distance apart. Then point your toes. Then bend your knees like a chair pose. And hands reach forward. Squat. Then from here, point your toes out and slowly lower your hips. But if that's too much, you are bringing your hands down, then knee down, and one another knee down. Then we're gonna come down. But if you are okay, come into Marasana, or you can sit on a block. If you are not okay, Marasana. So Marasana, you might have so many ways to do with block, higher position of the block, or middle height, or lower side. So be in Malasana if you are comfortable. One more breath. All right. Then gradually, let's bring our hips to the mat. And sit down. And longer legs in front of you and shake our legs. And shake and toes maybe tap. And toes go out and in. All right. Open fingers wide and palms on the ground. And actually, I want to show you. You can do this way too with block, two block. Palms resting on a block. Then bringing our shoulder blade closer and lift our chest. So you might be just here or without block. Or you might come to plant our feet down. We want to come to tabletop. Up to you. Make sure to open our chest. And we are opening our inner arms as well. Last breath. And then exhale, release. And we're going to bend forward, bend your knees, bend forward. Head down and hovering over your thighs. You might grab your feet or toes, or you might stretch your leg, or you might keep your knees bent, but find your own way to come to this pose. So purpose here is to open our back line. So stretching the Achilles tendon, calf, hamstring, and releasing our hips and lower back. One more breath. And then exhale. Let's release. Okay, bend your knees, feet is together. Baddha Konasana. So you might do the knees up and down if you like. And relaxing our hip joint. Also, you can use your thumb or fingers to massage the foot arch. So today we did a standing pose to begin. So when we stand on one foot, lots of tension comes to one foot and ankles, so you might relax that part by massaging. Massage and hydrate the fascia and releasing the tension. Okay, then squeeze our ankles and release. All right, then cross your leg, please, and bring our hands in front of you. Now let's come to downward facing dog, hips high. Relax our head and look to the toes. And you might gradually bring your heels towards the mat, or maybe not. Or just try to see how you feel. Okay. So now we want to face to the longer side of the mat. So for me, if I lift my left leg forward and step forward, I can do perfectly facing to the screen and the longer side of the mat. So I will lift our left leg. But for you, which leg forward is easier to face to the longer side of the mat? So decide, right or left. Then walking towards the longer side of the mat, then bend forward. So your feet is parallel to each other. You might bend your knees. So we're going to come to wide downward facing dog. So you might use the block to support yourself. If you have a two block, it's very convenient. And hands on the block. No, you don't see my block. Okay. Then bend forward. Then you want to have the block or hands forward Yeah. Then opening our back, then relax our head. So you don't need to have a block. So just decide how you want to practice block or without. Like a downward facing dog, relaxing our head. One more breath. All right. Then gradually walking our hands towards your leg and bending your knees. Then slowly roll ourselves up to stand. Then when you come up to the standing, let's point our toes out. So point, okay, externally rotate your leg. So check your knee position. So when you bend your knees, wherever kneecap is facing, place the toes in that same direction. Then come in lower as much as you can. But be mindful. Mindful of the hip joint or the knee joint, ankles and toes. Then engage our glute, the buttock, inner leg, and outer leg, the quad. So every part strengthening, then strong leg. All right, inhale, rising up and reach our hands to the sky and palms meet at the top. Then on our exhalation, chin mudra, index finger, thumb tips together. Then coming to, it's called goddess pose, elbow bent, palm facing up, bend your knees. Inhale, rising. And exhale, sinking. Feel the gravity, your hips are going down, down, down. And then inhale, rising. And then exhale, sink. We're gonna do a few more rounds. Inhale, rise. And then exhale, sink in. So inhale, so grow like a growing a sprout, like a bamboo. And then exhale, open wide. Last one more time. Inhale, growing upward. And then exhale, slowly release our hands on your thigh. And bend your knees. And lower your right shoulder in to look to your left side. And then inhale, come to center. Then exhale, the other side, lower your left shoulder in. Now one more inhale. So if your knee is tired or knee is not so comfortable, you don't need to go deeper. And then inhale, rise. And then exhale, other side. And then come to center. Okay, then bring your toes in, then heels in, toes in, heels in, toes in, heels in, and we're gonna bring our legs closer. Okay, feet is together. Inhale, hands reach up to the sky. Then grab our right wrist with your left hand. Okay. Then inhale, grounding our feet. Remember, always we start from the ground. Then exhale, hands to the left side. Lengthening the right side of your body. So this is very interesting. Our attention is upper body, but actually lower body awareness helps to balance or steady this pose. So feet is ground and legs together. Then inhale, rising up. Then exhale, drop your elbows. You might swing our arms up and down, just relax our arms. You might bend your knees, soften. Okay, inhale, hands reach up. Let's do the other side. Grab your left wrist this time. Then ground our feet. Then inhale, reach up. And then exhale to the left side, sorry, right side. Lengthening the left side of your body. So again, it's more, our awareness tends to be upper body, but When you bring our awareness to the lower body, you can be steady. Legs down and gather into the midline so that we can open and stretch up. Then inhale, rise. Then exhale, let it go. Relax our arms. Okay. So next one is one more time triggers. So this time you are welcome to use the furniture or wall. So if you have a wall that you can stand, so the wall at the back will be good. Or you can place the hands on the furniture. So last time we did a tree pose was on a block, right? Then we stayed at the center. But this time, let's kind of play around with the wind. So we're gonna move. So when we move, it's more harder, challenging to stay balanced. So that is the playful part. So let's do with the playful mind. Ground our right foot down. Then pick up your left knee upward. Then open to the side. So left foot come any place that you like. Be comfortable. Toe maybe touch to the ground or inner foot or inner thigh. Then reach our hands out. So you might bring your ring fingertips, thumb tips together and spread out like a branch of the tree. Or you might decide to do palms together to heart center. And if you like to play with the wind, and bring our left hand, the left knee, right hand to the over the head. And then inhale, come to center, hands to the side. And then exhale, move your hands. Right hand over the head. So you might continue one more time. And then exhale as if that the wind is blowing and the bamboo tree is bending towards one side. And then inhale, come to center. And then exhale, slowly release. And let's shake that. Okay, so one more time. So our hand, it looks like that. Ring finger and thumb tips together. So mudra, if you are, even your hand is aware, but if you have a connection, the fingertips connection, you are able to kind of a direct energy in particular way. It's not in a space and it's lost in a space. But if you have the fingertips touching together, you can just focus on that area to direct the energy. Okay, so now left foot is ground, then pick up our right knee. So always start from the ground, right? Grounding. Then decide where you want to put your right foot inside. Then you might just stay palms together at the center, or you might do the ring finger thumb tips together, which is the Earth Mudra, Prithvi Mudra. Then you might do on our exhalation, move our hands, right hand, right knee, left hand over the head. And then inhale, come to the center, hands to the side. And as if the wind is blowing and we are bending, like a bamboo tree is bending over. And then inhale to center. Last one. And then exhale, blowing, but we still stand. And then exhale, release. Bring our feet down and hands down. And let's shake our legs and hands. Okay, so we're gonna come down to the mat. So decide how you want to come. You can come with Malasana, or if that's too much, you can bend your knees, then bring your hands down or block on the block and hips down to the mat. So if you come onto Halasana, lower your hip. You might use the block first. Then gradually your hips come to the mat. Okay. Then let's prepare the block at your back and lie down. So lifting our legs up and the block come onto the lower back or the resting the hips. Then let's relax our leg. So just lifting, and you might bend your knees or relax your feet. Or you might just stay there, legs high up. Or if you like, you might open your legs wide. So just up to you. So whenever you have a fatigue, lifting the legs higher is the quick way to reduce your fatigue. Okay. So when you are ready, bend your knees and bring our feet to the mat. Supported bridge pose. So you might just be here, the lowest height of the block, or you might have the second height of the block, and rest your hands by your side. And make sure to lengthening our lower back by moving your shoulder or upper body a little bit up away from the block so that you can lengthen the lower back. You might just rest here, or you might stretch your one leg to open the hip flexor, then switch to the other side. Then when you are ready, we're gonna slowly come down by pressing our feet down, grounding, and lift your pelvis up and slide the block away. Then gradually lower your hips, press to the mat. And drop your knees right and left. And moving our knees right side and left side, and relax our belly. Relax our lower back. All right, happy baby, open our legs wide, grab our feet. Then if you like, you might lift your legs or straighten your legs to roll side to side. Again, we're gonna continue to reduce the fatigue of the leg. So we worked on the balance and also steady foundation. So using our legs is empowering us that we are able to move by ourselves, right? The feet is grounding, rooting down. That's already empowering us. So when you are not able to walk, I think that's you realize how much you depend on the legs and be independent, right? Okay. Then let's bring our right heel to the front of your left thigh, figure 4. Right knee out, left knee towards you. Then right hand between the leg and interlace your legs behind your left thigh. And soften your shoulder, soften your neck. Head is resting comfortably. Then as you inhale, straighten your left leg, push your left heel out. Then on our exhalation, let your left heel drop and shake. And one more time, inhale, left heel to the sky, stretch. Then exhale, let it go, drop. Let it bounce however it moves. And relax. Then gradually moving this crossed leg to the left side and let's twist and release our lower back and spread our arms wide. Then open. Look to your right hand. The left hand maybe hug your right knee towards the chest and feel the openness to the hip joint, then out the hip. Then slowly, we're gonna come back to center. Okay, so the other side. So your left heel come on top of your right knee or right thigh close to the knee. Then bring our right knee towards your left knee out. You might interlace your fingers to the back of your right thigh. And great openness to the hamstring and out the hip, in between. Okay, so let's move. Inhale, right heel to the sky. Stretch. Then on our exhalation, let it go, drop the heel and bounce. Okay, one more time. Inhale, right heel to the sky. Stretch. Then exhale, let it go, drop down and let it bounce. However your legs want to move. And the shaking movement really calms our nervous system. Just let it be. Then when you are ready, gradually moving this crossed leg to the right. And we're gonna twist and spread our arms wide and look to your left hand. Maybe right hand hug your left knee to the chest. Stretching the piriformis. Okay. Then gradually release. We're gonna come to Shavasana, but if you want to do one more pose to close or complete this practice, you are welcome to bring any pose. Welcome to do any pose. If you like to do fish pose or any pose that helps to complete your practice. And if you are ready for Shavasana, do so as well. And let's come to Shavasana. Let go. So this kind of practice, if you do Shavasana on your wall, legs on a wall will be very good for releasing the tension or tightness or fatigue of the leg. or you might have the book under your knees. And soften everywhere and releasing the tension, softening. I'm sharing the Pima children. There is a common misunderstanding among all the human beings who have ever been born on the earth that the best way to live is to try to avoid the pain and just try to get the comfort. You can see this even in insects and animals and birds. All of us are the same. A much more interesting, kind, adventurous, and joyful approach to life is to begin to develop our curiosity, not caring whether the object of our inquisitiveness is bitter or sweet. To lead a life that goes beyond pettiness and prejudice and always wanting to make sure that everything turns out on our own terms, to lead a more passionate, full and delightful life than that. We must realize that we can endure a lot of pain and pleasure for the sake of finding out who we are and what this world is, how we tick and how our world ticks, how the whole thing just is. And gently bringing our awareness on your toes, fingers, moving our body, feeling our body. And I feel the air touching on our body, the surface on the skin. And I feel the oxygen coming in through the nose and traveling through our bloodstream, spreading all around our body to our mind, brain, and activating, energizing, and healing. And let's move our hands over the head. We're going to stretch from toes to fingertips. Let's take a big inhale stretch. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Open your mouth. Let it go. Bring our knee to the chest. Give a nice hug to ourselves. Thanks to our body, mind, and heart. And then gradually roll onto one side. Then come up to a comfortable seat, eyes closed. Let's sit like a bamboo, lengthen our spine, and be bendable and flexible, and being strong even the windy day and our life of up and down. Let's together take a big inhale, hands reach to the sky. And then exhale, bring our palms together to heart center, Anjali Mudra. Gesture of gratitude. And may we find happiness, may we find ease and peace everywhere we go. Thank you very much for letting me guide through your practice, sharing your time together. Namaste. Thank you. Thank you very much.